Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tami Gomez Podcast. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for listening wherever you are listening, whether you're out walking, driving your car, going into work, hanging out at home, wherever you're listening from. Thank you so much for your support and for being here. I hope that I'm making some kind of a positive effect in your life. And I would love to hear your comments and your feedback on the podcast, if you would be so inclined to share that with me. So today is Wednesday, and I was doing my morning routine like I always do, which, nobody gets me until I get me. I want to make sure that I am in the right mindset, doing my checkup from the neck up, so to speak, first thing in the morning, so that when I emerge into the world, I'm actually a ripple effect for humanity. In other words, I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. And I can share that joy and that happiness with others. So I was doing my morning reflection, and, we're all wired to be negative. If you haven't noticed, we're always looking out for, the worst case scenarios, trying to protect ourselves from it. That's just how our brains are wired. And then I was having a conversation last night, and we were talking about, is the brain actually wired for negativity? Like, are we born negative, or is it a product of conditioning? And if you guys have followed me at all, you know that I don't apply band-aids to anything. I like to get to the root of the issue. And so I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, in order for anyone to have an effect on you negatively, then where did that come from? And then you start reverse engineering everything. You're like, okay, if I'm negative, where did I learn to be negative? Then if I wasn't born that way, then I had to learn it from my parents. And where did they learn it from? And so on and so on and so on and so on, to the beginning of freaking time, to the beginning where humans were created. And if we go back that far, our brains are wired to protect us. Think about caveman days, where we were always on defense. We'd come out from the cave and immediately make sure that we weren't going to be eaten by a saber-toothed tiger, that we weren't going to be killed. And so I think, from my perspective, my point of view, is that our brains have a mechanism within it that is designed for protection. When we are designed for protection, that's defense mode, and that's negative. It leads to negativity. It leads to being on the lookout for anything that could hurt us or make us feel rejected or disappointed or take our lives. Like, we can go to that extent. It's all the same to our brain. Rejection, disappointment, and dying is all the same to our brains. And so, as I'm reflecting this morning on those things and reflecting back on the conversation last night, negativity is so loud, and because we're on the lookout for it, the loudness has a tendency to permeate our entire existence if we're not careful and if we're not aware. And I've always said that awareness is the number one thing that will change your life. Noticing the contrast of the negative and the positive, and being able to make choices, and being aware enough to understand why we even have contrast in our lives. And it is so that we can make better choices and go in the direction of our desires, instead of, muddling around in the negativity and just reacting to life. On that topic of life, because my brain is automatically wired for negativity, and I'm aware of that, I started thinking this morning about, okay, so, like, what is life? Like, why am I here? What is the meaning of it? Is it just to get up every morning and, do my morning routine and have my cup of coffee and write in my journal and try to create a sense of optimism in my life so that I can go out and affect others? Is it about collecting materialistic things? Is it about trying to prove that I'm worthy enough to have the finer things in life? Is it about the houses and the cars and the money and the shoes and the jewelry and the clothes and all the things? Is it about that? Because at the end of the day, nobody's getting out of this life alive. Newsflash, nobody's getting out of this thing alive. And there's going to come a day where we no longer exist as a human being. And before we get to that point, we have to ask ourselves the question, why am I here? Why does it even matter? Like, what is the point of all of it? And I really had to dig deep and ask myself that question and kind of search for the answers. As I was doing the reflecting and the answers started to come to me, I decided to jump on social media and create a post. And I want to read you the post because for those of you who don't really know much about me, I've been given the gift of being able to tap into God, Creator, Universe, Source with my intuition and an open portal to receive messages when I need to receive them. Thank you, yes, and more please to God, Source, Creator, Universe for bestowing that gift upon me. And so I was sitting there and I was kind of scrolling through social media and I'm like, man, I got some shit to say this morning to some people that need to hear this. So the post went like this. It says, morning reflection time. You know all those things you've been chasing? The money, the success, the cars, the house, the shoes, the clothes, the jewelry, all the things. Have you ever asked yourself why you want them? Most people will answer, because I'll be so happy when I get them. Everyone will see how successful I am and they will be proud of me. I'll finally be accepted and loved. Happiness doesn't come from things. The things become the overflow from our existing happiness. They are the natural and automatic response to who you're being. Instead of chasing the things, try surrendering to and magnifying the happiness that's already inside of you. What you plant and take care of will grow exponentially. What you reap and harvest will be a reflection of what you've planted. Life isn't about collecting things. Life is about love, happiness, and connection. It's about noticing the blessings, showing gratitude that you're still standing, and expanding on that. It's about noticing what you don't like and choosing something that you do. It's about being happier than you were yesterday. It's about chasing your bliss and then being the ripple effect for humanity. So today, be happy with the life you have and then go out and create more of it. It's the reason you exist. So thank you, God, Source, Creator, Universe, for that message and choosing me to be the messenger of it to those who need to hear it. So as I was writing it and I had to read it back because I don't even remember what I wrote, the one paragraph in there that really stood out is that the answer to the question of why do you want the things, and that most people will answer because I'll be so happy when I get them. That everyone's going to see how successful I am and they'll be proud of me, and that I'll finally be accepted and loved. The things are temporary. The cars are temporary. The houses are temporary. The money is temporary. The shoes, the jewelry, the success, and yes, even the money is temporary. You've heard the saying, you can't take it with you when you die. That's so true. What you take with you when you pass are the lessons so that you don't have to come back and repeat them. The meaning of life is to expand and grow humanity. The purpose of your life is to follow your bliss. And then be the ripple effect and teach others to follow their bliss. The purpose of your life is to experience all the things that life has to offer that you want to experience. Not the experiences that are thrust upon you that you don't like. In every moment, you get to choose. Be hypersensitive, aware of what you desire, how you want to feel, how you want to go through this life, how you want to be remembered generations after you, how you've touched people's lives, how they've touched yours. To stop and smell the roses, to take a moment and look at the things that Mother Nature has given us, to take a moment and be present and feel the cool breeze on your face, having the awareness that you're alive and still standing. The little things in life matter. And we need to be expanding on the little things. We need to magnify the little things that matter. We need to be over the top and loud about our joy and about our happiness, because it's the only way to combat the loudness of the negativity. The negativity serves the purpose. It's so that you can choose the opposite, so that you can feel better, so that you can be happier. And the crazy thing about living in your joy in the moment and expanding on it and focusing on your happiness and doing the things that make you even happier and surrendering to it is that organically and naturally, all the materialistic things that you've been desiring will automatically flow into your existence, which will just add to your existing happiness. Those things don't bring you happiness. They're a direct reflection of who you're being. I'm getting chills right now. And when I get chills, that means that I'm speaking the truth. That's my intuition and my indicator that I'm on the right path. Hypersensitive, aware of myself and my emotions and my thoughts and my beliefs. For once in your life, just surrender to the happiness that's already inside of you. Stay in the moment. The conversation I had last night, we were talking about anxiety and how anxiety causes depression and negative thinking causes all of those things. And I said, anxiety, the only reason people feel anxious or have anxiety is because we're trying to control the outcome of something that we have no control over. And we feel anxious about it. We want to know how things are going to play out. That's human nature. We're control freaks. We want to know how things are going to play out. And when I don't know it, and I'm aware that I don't know, then I feel anxious. And that's a natural emotion, by the way. You're supposed to have negative and positive feelings. There's nothing wrong with anxiety, because it's your indicator and it's your guidance system that you're thinking about something that's uncontrollable and that it makes you feel bad, so that you can use the contrast to come back to the present moment, show gratitude for what you have, let go of the outcome of what is potentially going to happen or may not happen, and just come back to the present moment and show gratitude that, you know what, I'm alive because I could be dead. I have a beautiful home. Even if I don't think it's the best, at least I have a home because I could be homeless. My car may not be my dream car, but at least I'm not walking. I may not be making the money that I want to make or desire to make, but at least I have money because I could be broke. My kids may be a pain in the ass, but at least I have kids. that bring me joy, because so many people aren't able to have kids. You have so much to be thankful for, so much to be grateful for. And if you don't stay in the present moment in that gratitude, you will be worried about the future and what it may hold for you. And that will deliver negative feelings and emotions that make you feel bad. And that's not why you're here. You're not here to feel bad. You're not here to feel sad or depressed. You're not here to stay in those emotions. You're here to use them as your guidance to what you desire and how you want to feel every single day. Your focus should be, how can I be happier today than I was yesterday? What can I think about in my life that's going on right now that brings me pure bliss and joy and happiness? And how can I expand on that? What can I do today to make my human happy? And then be open to receiving all of the blessings that come from that place. That's overflow. That's the pure definition of abundance. So this is food for thought for you today. I want you to think about it. I want you to think about what you really want. I think you'll find that the answer of what you truly want is just to be happy. And that has always been with you. It has never left you. It is created from within you. It is created within the mind. All you have to do is search for that. And all of the other things that you desire, the materialistic things, will naturally flow to you like a river. So that is your message for the day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being the ripple effect. And thank you for all the support that you've given me. And I'll leave you with this. God, source, creator, universe, show us how great today can be. I know that life is always working out for us, even when it feels like it's not. I know that it's always this or something better. Yes, thank you, and more, please. All right? God bless you guys. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next week. Have a great day.